friends, it's Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at the budget that I wrote for my husband's third paycheck that he earned in April. He received that on April 20th. It's also the income I received from YouTube, all of the money that I earned in March that was paid on April 21st. I sat down and wrote out this budget in a previous video. So if you want to hear my thought process and, the sort of process I go through when I sit down and write out my budget each week, you're definitely going to want to check out that video. I will link it in a card above. But now that I have all of the budgeted numbers figured out, the next step in my budgeting process is going to the bank and pulling out the cash that I need. We do quite a bit of our budgeting in cash. We pull out all of the money for our envelopes in cash, as well as all of the money for our sinking funds. We like to do both of those categories in cash. And so the first step in this kind of process is taking each of these categories here and writing them in here on the cash envelope breakdown. This is a worksheet from the Budget Mom Budget by Paycheck workbook. This is the way that I figure out exactly which denominations I need to take out of the bank. And so what I'm going to do really quickly is write in all of the categories as well as their amounts, and then we will do the cash breakdown together. So give me just a minute to get these categories written in. I'll speed it up, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I wrote in all of their categories as well as their amounts, and I added everything up, and the amount that I need to pull out of the bank is $529. Now let's figure out the denominations that I need. So for my husband's spending money, we do $40. That's always two 20s. My spending money is also going to be two 20s. For Robert, he's going to get 120, and Austin's going to get a 20 as well. Lawn care is also going to get a 20. Lots and lots of 20s this time around. For gas, it's two 20s. For miscellaneous, it's a 20. For campground, we'll do a 50. For Christmas, we'll do a 50. For my husband, we will do a 20. And that's his sinking fund, not to be confused with his spending money. I know there's two Eric categories that might be confusing, but I know what's what, and that's what really matters. And then for YouTube, we're going to do two $100 bills, a 5, and 4 ones to make it 209. So now I just go down each column and add everything up. This is going to be super quick and easy. So we have 4 $1 bills, which is a total of $4. We have 1 5 for a total of $5. No 10s this time. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 20s, which is $220. 2 50s, which is $100. And 2 $100 bills, which is $200. So now I just need to add all of the totals up, and as long as this grand total matches this total, we'll be good to go. So 4 plus 5 plus 220 plus 100 plus 200 is 529, so that's accurate. So I just need to then go to the bank and pull out all of this cash in these denominations. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will be right back, and we will stuff our cash envelopes for the week. Okay, so I went to the bank and grabbed all of the cash that I needed, and now I'm back and we're going to stuff our cash envelopes. So the first thing I need to do is count and make sure that I have the 529 that I'm supposed to have, and we'll double check the denominations as well. So let's just really quickly count this and make sure that it's accurate. So I have 100, 200, 50, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 20, 40, 60, 80, 500, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So I do have 529, and we'll go ahead and line this up across the top here. So we're supposed to have two $100 bills, which we have. We're supposed to have two $50 bills, which we have. 11 20s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alrighty. 1 5 and 4 1s, which we have here. Alright, so that takes care of that. Got all of my cash kind of lined up there. I'm going to zoom you in just a tiny bit. I know last week I got some comments that it was too far zoomed in, so there we go. Now I'm going to pull in my cash envelope wallet. So I have the Conscious wallet, which is available on Amazon. It is a great all-in-one budgeting wallet. It comes with the wallet as well as the strap, which is really, really nice. And it also comes with some transaction tracking pages and some plastic cash envelopes. I have different cash envelopes in my wallet. I just changed them out for the clear plastic envelopes, and I got these ones from Erica Life Vlogs. Unfortunately, she no longer has these available as far as I know, but if you go onto Etsy and you just search for clear cash envelopes, you will be able to find so many options. So all of my envelopes are empty and waiting to be stuffed, so let's just go ahead and get started. So I got everything kind of laid out here, and we're going to start with my husband's spending money. So he gets $40, and for that I'm going to take two 20s. 1, 2, and for this cash I'm just going to set this off to the side for him since I don't carry his cash. Obviously it wouldn't do him a whole lot of good to have his cash in my wallet. So I'm going to just set this off to the side for him. And we're just going to go down the list and highlight as we go so that I know that I've filled those envelopes. I'm using a highlighter from Friction. It's an erasable highlighter, which is fun. So, you know, if I make a mistake, I can just go in and erase it. I use erasable pens as well. When it comes to budgeting, I make a lot of mistakes. So anything that I can erase is a winner in my book. Okay, so next we have my spending money. For that, we're going to do $40, also in two 20s. 1, 2, and that's going to go right here in my wallet, in my spending envelope. And I can use my spending money for absolutely anything I'd want. I love having the freedom to be able to spend, and so I make sure I allow room for that in my budget. So that takes care of my spending money. We'll just highlight that as well. Next, I have my sons, Robert and Austin. They are going to each get a $20 bill. So 1 for Robert, 1 for Austin, and that I will just set aside for them. Next up, I have my lawn care, which I don't have an envelope for. I need to consider getting one. But for now, I'm just going to take the $20 for that, and I'm going to stick it right here in this little pocket of my wallet so that I have it when the gentleman comes to mow our lawn, and I can pay him for that. That takes care of that. For my next cash envelope, we have gas, and gas is going to get $40 as well, so two 20s. As you can probably tell, I like my 20s. So that I will stick here, and then I can fill up my gas tank when I need to. We're going to skip my food envelope because we did not give ourselves any eating out money this week. If you watched my budget video, or rather, I'm sorry, my budget results video from last week, you will know that I really overspent in my eating out category, so we did not do any eating out this week, so that will remain empty. Next up, I have miscellaneous, which I need to Go ahead and mark off that I filled gas. And for miscellaneous, we're gonna do a 20. So I'm just gonna go ahead and mark that off as well. We'll add a $20 to our miscellaneous envelope. The only other envelopes I have in my wallet are envelopes that I will not be filling today. I have my debt envelope. At the end of every week when I sit down and I film that budget results video and I see how I did for the week, any cash that I happen to have left over in any of these cash categories that I decide not to roll over to the next week, I will use to make an extra debt payment. So that'll go into this debt envelope, so I can keep track of that. And then this bank envelope is for me to use throughout the week if I spend in one of my cash categories, but I can't use cash for whatever reason. Either they're not accepting cash or it's an online purchase. What I will do then in that case is use my debit card or a credit card, and then I will take the cash from its envelope and move it to this bank envelope to be deposited into the bank to cover that transaction. So that's actually everything for my wallet. So we're gonna go ahead and get this closed up, and that's gonna go into my purse. And now we're going to pull in the accordion folder that I keep all of my sinking funds in. I like to keep my sinking funds in cash. You guys don't have to worry, this gets locked up in my safe every single day when it's not in use, so that I don't have to worry about, you know, it getting lost or stolen. I know it's a lot of cash to have on hand at one time, and that makes some people uncomfortable. That's fine. You don't have to keep it in cash. You can keep it in the bank. If I ever get to the point where I have more cash than I'm comfortable with, I will deposit it in the bank. But for now, this works out really well for me. And this is where I keep all of my sinking funds. So each of my sinking fund categories has its own little tab here in the accordion folder. Unfortunately, this accordion folder doesn't seem to be available anymore on Amazon. I have it linked, but it seems like it's always out of stock. There are other similar accordion folders on Amazon if you would like to have a system like this. This is the only accordion folder I can vouch for, though, because it's the only one I've used. I can't promise you that any other one that you buy on Amazon will be great. So, you know, use your own discretion for that. But each tab here has my sinking fund, the cash for the fund, as well as a little index card where I keep track of the comings and goings of each account. I like to take really strict kind of notes and make sure that I have exactly what I think I'm supposed to have. And so anytime that I add money or take money away from a sinking fund, I always like to count it just so that I know that I am covered. So the first sinking fund we're going to pull out is our campground fund. And actually, I think I'm just going to go ahead and pull out all of these funds while I'm thinking about it and while I'm here. Then we're going to pull out my Christmas sinking fund, which is here. Some of these I have made envelopes for, and others I don't have envelopes for, and that's fine. Next is my husband's sinking fund, which does not have an envelope, but it is here. And YouTube. I'll go ahead and pull that one out as well so that I can set this accordion folder off to the side. There's my YouTube. So I'll set this off to the side. We'll get these put back in at a later date, but for now I'll just kind of stack them up here. So the first one that we're going to be working with is our campground sinking fund, and we're going to add $50 to our campground sinking fund today. So I'm just going to pull everything out here. And according to the little card here, my campground fund has $618 in it. So we're just going to update this. I write in the paycheck date, which is the 20th. And I write that we are going to add $50. And that will take our total up to $668. So then I will just add that $50 bill. Slip it in here. And then, like I said, I always like to count the cash every single time just so that it's accurate. I can't tell you how many mistakes I have caught by doing that. So let's just count this up really quickly. So we have 100, 50, 200, 50, 300, 50, 400, 50, 500, 50, 600, 50, 60, 65, 66, 67, 68. So we do have $668 as anticipated. That takes care of my campground fund. And I'm just going to set that off to the side for now. We'll check it off. And we will move on to Christmas. So in my Christmas fund, where is my little card? Oh, there it is. Okay, so my Christmas fund currently has $400 in it. And we're going to add 50 more to bring that up to a total of 450. So I will add that last $50 bill I have here, slip it in, and we'll count this up as well. All right, 150, 250, 300, 50, 70, 90, 400, 10, 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 450. All right, so that takes care of Christmas. Everything is in there and accurate, so we can go ahead and mark that off. Next up, I have my husband's sinking fund, which we just started, so it doesn't have a whole heck of a lot in there. There's just $50 in there. And we're going to add 20 more today for a total of 70. So I'll go ahead and add that last 20, and that makes $70. So that takes care of my husband's sinking fund. And lastly, I have my YouTube taxes sinking fund, which has $362 in it according to my little card here. And we're going to add 29 more. I cannot tell you guys how much it kills me to just have this cash sitting here and knowing that I'm not going to use any of this until, you know, February or March next year when I file my taxes. It kills me because I could take this money and pay it towards a credit card and really help cut down the interest that we are going to pay. But you don't mess around with taxes, right? And if I go to file my taxes next year and I need to pay this money, I want to have it. So it's just going to sit there and collect dust until then. As much as it kills me, it is what it is. So we are going to add this up really quickly, and even though I should be able to do that math in my head, I'm going to pull out my calculator just so that I don't make any mistakes. So 362 plus 209 is $571. Let's just make sure we have 209 left here. So I have 205, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm just going to slip this in here, put the ones with the ones, the 5 with the 5s, and the hundreds with the hundreds, and we'll count this up as well. So we're looking for 571. 100, 200, 300, 400, 450, 470, 490, 510, 530, 550, 560, 565, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. So $571. That is 30% of all of the income that I have earned so far this year from YouTube. It's just going to keep building up as I continue to earn more, and then I'll have it when I file my taxes if I need it. Now, last year when I filed, or I guess this year, when I filed my 2020 taxes, all of my husband's withholdings from his paycheck as well as the credits and things for our taxes actually covered everything I owned, so I was able to take that full amount that I had saved and put it right towards debt, which was exciting. hoping that something similar will happen again. But, you know, I can't count on that. So as much as I would love to just take this money and send it to debt and worry about the taxes at tax time, I'm just not confident enough to do that. So this is going to go back behind the YouTube tab here. I'm going to go ahead and put all of my other sinking funds away so that I can access them next time. I love this system. It works out super, super great for me. That is all of my sinking funds taken care of. Everything has been checked off, which means everything has been paid. And that is going to do it for my cash envelope stuffing for the week. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. You got something out of it. If you did, please take a minute and give it a thumbs up. You can leave me a comment. You can share it with a friend. All of those things really, really help out my channel. I so appreciate your support. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, friends. Have a great weekend.